Actually, it's 10 minutes late, but we'd like to start the press conference of the post-capsule recovery press conference on asteroid explorer Hayabusa2. First of all, I'd like to introduce today's participants or today's speakers on the stage. First, the Ms. John Adams, Australian ambassador to Japan, and the Dr. Hiroshi Yamakawa, the president of JAXA, and Dr. Hitoshi Kuninaka, director general of JAXA, and the Yuichi Tsuda, project manager of Hayabusa2 project team, JAXA, and at the satellite venue in Umela, Australia. And there are some people attending from there in Australia. The Ms. Dr. Megan Clark, the head of the Australian Space Agency. Can you hear in Australia? Ms. Clark, Dr. Clark, can you hear me? Thank you very much. And same, Mr. Shutaro Kimura, the Minister Embassy of Japan in Australia, and also the Dr. Masaki Fujimoto, Deputy Director General, ISAS and JAXA, and also Satoru Nakazawa, the sub-manager of JAXA Hayabusa2 project team. And lastly, I am today's MC, Akiko Suzuki, Director of Public Affairs Department of JAXA. Because of the kind of communication, actually there is some delay or some time gap. Therefore, let me proceed very slowly. First of all, from at Sagamihara venue, we'd like to have some report from Mr. Yamakawa, the president of JAXA. Mr. Yamakawa, please. Thank you very much for your introduction. I'm president of JAXA, Yamakawa. This time, Hayabusa2 capsule came back to the Earth very safely. And actually, I'd like to extend my happiness to all of you. And last night, 2:30, yesterday, it was separated from the Hayabusa body, and actually, the separation was confirmed. And actually, the explorer changed attitude so that it can escape from the Earth's atmosphere and embarked on the new voyage. And actually, it was 2:28 landed of the capsule, and many people, I'm sure, saw the beautiful landing and also the fireball. And actually, the capsule collection team searched the capsule using the beacon signal, and they found the capsule at 4:47. And after that, at 8:03, we could collect at Umela base. And as for Hayabusa2, actually it was launched in 2014 from Tanegashima, and it took about 3.5 years to land on the surface of Ryugu and touch down twice. And especially on the second time, it created the artificial crater and tried to collect the sample underground. And there is a potential that the gas is contained in the capsule. Therefore, at Umela, the gas is actually collected, and the capsule will be transported to Japan very soon. As for the sample analysis of Ryugu, actually, by that, we do like to know the clue of the life origin and also the existence of the water. And as for the collection of this Hayabusa2 capsule, actually, we could have a lot of support from various countries, of course, including Australia, and like the Ambassador Adams, and also the head of the Australian agency, Ms. Clark. And actually, I extend my sincere gratitude to all of you, and also not only those, but actually to all the people who supported this project. Thank you very much, so much. Okay, next, would you like to have some words from the ambassador to Japan, from Ms. Adams? Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Dr. Yamakawa, let me first of all congratulate you and your team on this globally significant achievement. Congratulations.
すいません、皆様、このような席にお招きいただきましてありがとうございます。まずは山川理事長、それから山川理事長のチームの皆様、このような形で世界的偉業を達成された皆様に改めて祝意をお伝え申し上げます。
I'm delighted to be here today to share this very special moment, and this moment is the latest milestone in actually a long history of Australia-Japan collaboration on space.
そして本日はこのような素晴らしい一瞬を皆さんと共に共有できることを大変嬉しく思うとともに、また本日の出来事と申しますのは日豪宇宙協力の長い歴史におきまして最も新しい大切な一歩である点も皆様にお伝え申し上げたいと思います。
This year marks the 40th anniversary of our bilateral science and technology treaty with Japan.
今年は日本との科学技術研究開発協力協定の締結40周年にあたります。
JAXA's outstanding technical achievement today is testament to the depth of science and technology knowledge in Japan, and Australia is proud to have cooperated on this industry research and science collaboration.
JAXA の抜きん出た技術力と申しますのは、これは日本の科学技術への造形がいかに深いかということを示すものでありまして、これに対して私たちがさまざまな形で産業協力等を含む形で支援できたことを大変嬉しく思っております。
The success of today's mission, of course, it's been the combination of years and years of work by many people, and across the Australian government, we've been pleased to provide support from our Australian Space Agency, many government departments, South Australian government, and the embassy in Tokyo.
そして本日のミッションの成功ですけれども、これはやはりさまざまな方々が協力をしたという形で実現したと思っております。また私たちもこの点でオーストラリア宇宙庁、それから他の政府機関と長年にわたる支援、そしてさらには南オーストラリア州政府、さらに大使館による支援というものも、少しながらですが提供させていただきました。
I pay tribute to Dr. Megan Clark for her work as the inaugural head of the Australian Space Agency. Australia is really giving high priority to space as part of our national high technology agenda.
そしてオーストラリアですけれども、私たちの国と申しますのは宇宙というものを大変最優先させておりまして、これをハイテクノロジー、こうした分野のアジェンダに大変強く力を入れております。
So Hayabusa2 has delivered its precious cargo back to Earth, and its journey of success is continuing. Just like the Australia-Japan partnership, a journey of success that's continuing. So thank you again for including me in this important ceremony today. And again, our deepest congratulations from the Government of Australia. Thank you.
そしてオーストラリアと日本のパートナーシップの成功というもの、これははやぶさの成功と同じようにこれからも引き続き続いていくものだと私たちは感じております。そして本日このようなお祝いの席に私たちをお招きいただきましたこと、この点に感謝申し上げるとともに、改めて皆様にオーストラリア政府から心から感謝の意をお伝えしたいと存じます。
Thank you very much, Ambassador Adams. はい、続きまして、場所をウメラに移したいと思います。
Let's go to the Umela's venue, and from Umela, we'd like to have some words from Mr. Clark. You know, he is the head of the Space Agency of Australia.
Thank you very much, and Australia welcomes sample return capsule from Hayabusa2 here in Woomera at the very early hours of this morning.
はい、ありがとうございます。そしてまたオーストラリアへようこそとサンプルに申し上げたいと思います。関係者の皆様はですね、今朝とても早い時間からサンプルの回収に一生懸命やっていらっしゃいました。
Let me acknowledge Her Excellency Ambassador Jan Adams in Japan. Thank you for your words.
そしてですね。
I also acknowledge Mr. Omura. Thank you very much for representing the embassy here in Australia from Japan.
そしてですね、まずはですね、アダムス大使にですね、今素晴らしいお言葉をいただきましたことを感謝申し上げます。また今日ここにですね、日本のオーストラリア在住日本のを代表しまして大村大使に来ていただいていること、こちらも感謝を申し上げます。
My warmest congratulations to my friend and colleague, Dr. Yamakawa, and on behalf of everyone in Australia, congratulations to the entire team at JAXA. What a wonderful achievement.
そしてですね、今ですね、心からお祝いの言葉をですね、まず私と一緒に仕事してまいりました山川理事長に申し上げたいですし、そして JAXA でですね、このはやぶさの成功に関わってくださいましたチームの皆さんにお祝いの言葉を差し上げたいと思います。
I also congratulate the team here on the ground in Australia. My deep admiration for the project team and in Japan. So Professor Tsuda, you have a deep admiration to Hitoshi Kuninaka here in Australia, to the team under Masaki Fujimoto, and to our colleagues and friends, Tetsuya Yamada Sapporo. You have done an amazing job. So we are just honored to be able to support you, and congratulations.
そしてですね、オーストラリアの地上の方で活躍していただいたチームの皆様にもお祝いの言葉を差し上げたいと思います。そしてプロジェクトに関わった日本の皆様、特にですね、津田様、それから国中仁さん、そしてオーストラリアの藤本正樹さん、そしてさらにオーストラリアの2人のメンバーの方、皆様方の素晴らしい偉業を心から尊敬を申し上げます。
One of the roles of the Australian Space Agency has been to help coordinate for JAXA, the government departments, and my thanks to Defence Australia, to Biosecurity Australia, to our Border Force team, to the South Australian Government, to Defence South Australia, the CSIRO, the Deep Space Communications Centre in Tidbilla, and our universities involved, in particular Australian National University and the Curtin University, and a big thanks to my team as well.
そしてですね、私ども宇宙局のですね、役割というのはコーディネーションです。つまりですね、JAXA の皆さん、そして政府、それからですね、国境の防御などに携わっているオーストラリアの空軍、そしてサウスオーストラリアの政府、そしてさらには大学、こういったところのですね、協力体系をコーディネートしていくということをやってまいりました。そして皆様に対して感謝を申し上げます。
The sample return capsule is very safe hands in Woomera, but our job in supporting JAXA will not be complete until we see the sample return capsule safely leave Australia and return to Japan.
そしてですね、サンプルの回収はですね、ウーメラで無事、行われましたけれども、私たちの JAXA の皆様へのサポートはまだ続きます。明日です。すみません。このサンプルがですね、オーストラリアを安全に飛び立つまで、そこまで私どもの、サポートは続きます。
And there the sample will start to tell its stories and reveal to us some wonderful science about how the water arrived on our Earth, how even we may have formed here on Earth from the organics and our carbon-based animals and humans and our plants. It will start to reveal some wonderful science. And we look forward to cooperating in the future with Japan on space science.
そしてですね、今地上に持ち帰ってきたサンプルというのは素晴らしいものでですね、水があるのか、あるいは有機物があるのか、それから炭素があるのか、つまりですね、人間やその動物がどこから来ているのか、そういったものの洞察を含む素晴らしいものです。そして、こちらをきっかけにですね、私どもと日本の皆様のさらなる未来の協力をさらに進めていくきっかけになればと思っております。
At the very start here in Woomera, the traditional owners, the Gugitha people, welcomed JAXA and ourselves to Woomera. And when we woke up yesterday morning and it was raining and the wind was blowing and we were a little concerned,
そしてですね、私たちが皆様がウームラに到着した時はですね、非常に歓迎をしていたんですけれども、実は昨日の朝ですね、ウームラを立つ時はですね、雨が降っていて、風も強かったためですね、非常にちょっと天候のことを私自身も非常に心配しました。
But then the clouds cleared and of course a magnificent view of the fireball in places like Kupapiti. And what we've seen today already with that rain is the whole countryside has been renewed.
そしてですね、ですがその後すっきりとですね、雲が晴れ、素晴らしい視界が開けました。そしてご存知の通り、火球がしっかり見られたわけです。そして朝、明け方ですけれども、非常にですね、もう国全体、その領域全体がですね、晴れ渡っておりました。
2020 has been a difficult year all around the world, but Hayabusa2 and the safe return of the capsule reminds us to renew our faith in the world and our trust and appreciation and awe in the science of our universe. Thank you.
2020年はですね、世界にとって非常に大変な年でした。しかしこのはやぶさ、そしてこのカプセル、帰還の成功はですね、私たちがですね、世界、がですね、が大事なものを思い出させてくださいましたし、そしてサイエンス、そして私どもの協力に対する信頼もさらに、深まるきっかけとなりました。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much, Dr. Clark. それでは続きまして、在オーストラリア
Next, we'd like to have some words from Mr. Omura.
次席講師よろしくお願いいたします。
Please have some words. Thank you very much. This is Omura. Actually, on behalf of the embassy to Australia, I'd like to say something. Actually, the capsule was collected successfully from Ryugu. And first of all, I'd like to extend my congratulations. And in 2014, totally for 60 years, including, the design and the production stages. It takes a long time, and actually, such a project became quite successful. And actually, I'd like to extend the maximum congratulation and also the gratitude to the JAXA people. And the capsule collected will be transported to Japan, and it will be analyzed in Japan. And should be a great, opportunity to get a clue, to get the new information, which should be quite exciting things for us, for Japan and for Australia. And actually, we were supported by the agency of the Space Agency in Australia and also Southern Australian government. We were provided great cooperation, and without such cooperation, we couldn't have made such a great feat. And also, because of the COVID-19, the entering each country was quite difficult. However, actually, we could have a great favor from those, the government people. So I'd like to extend my gratitude too, and also the other day, our summit meeting between Japan and Australia was done, and the space industry or space cooperation was one of the topics then. Therefore, not for this one, but actually we will proceed further cooperation between Japan and Australia, including, of course, this kind of space science field. And this morning, when I was in Cuba, and I saw the fireball coming down to the land by myself, and it was about for a short time, several seconds, but I really was so much impressed seeing or feeling the great efforts of so many people who are involved in this such a big event, not only in Japan but in Australia. Therefore, anyway, it was a so great opportunity for us. Anyway, this year, as Ms. Clark said, because of the corona pandemic, both in Australia and Japan, everybody have been forced to have a very severe daily lives. But this Hayabusa2's success should be giving a great future hope to all the people in the world. Thank you very much, Mr. Omura. And would you like to start the question and answer session?
Mr. Adams and Mr. Yamakawa and Ms. Clark and Mr. Kuninaka. So first we start with Sarangamihara. Please raise your hand and identify yourself and please tell me who you are asking. And could you come to the front and use microphone? This is Kodama of Nippon Keizai newspaper. I have a question to Mr. Yamakawa. This is a remarkable achievement, but when we think about the space development of Japan and the budget, request for budget is increased drastically, but the space and for other things, we have a lot of things to do. So in this case, the human resources, the budget, and financing. So what kind of efforts, what kind of activities you are going to think? This is a kind of rough question. Thank you for asking me. First of all, the role of Hayabusa2 to the space development in Japan. I would like to talk a little bit about this. Hayabusa2 utilized our experience in Hayabusa2, and there was a mission with a high level of completion technologically. And also today, Ambassador Adams joined wires, and this represents, symbolizes that cooperation by Australia, Germany, France, and other countries. That means this international cooperation is an essential element for the space development. And the effort this time on Hayabusa2 means that is for the young people, including kids, like students, and some young adults, so that they want to work for space or want to be engaged in space development. I think this project helped in this regard. And another role of the Hayabusa is, as people say, that there are many people who suffered from fighting with coronavirus this year. So I hope if this news helps or encourages them, I would be happy. So this is related to human resource development, science, and contribution. So I think the space mission can contribute a lot in this field. In addition, space development includes manned development, Earth observatory, science and research, and industrial encouragement. It has a lot of aspects, so it has a lot of roles. That means we should not see it not only from one direction, but also we should see it comprehensively. For instance, whether this can contribute to the national interest of Japan or the well-being of human in Japan. I'm afraid I can't answer to you straightly, but this is for human resources and for well-being of human. And if we can be allocated with some budget, maybe I think we need some balance, and we will do various type of project. Thank you. And another question from Sagamihara. Is there any question at Sagamihara? A person at the front. Can you use a microphone and please identify yourself and who you are asking? My name is Kusaka from JC Science Portal. I would like to ask Ms. Adams and Ms. Clark. Thank you for the words of congratulations to Japan. So as a government of Australia, your priority is to protect your people and the national. But in this case, I think, is there any anxiety or concern when you accept a capsule from the space? That means kind of foreign materials falling down from the space, and also there is a problem of the corona issue. So can you tell us or share with us what you thought?
Thank you for the question. If Dr. Clark can hear, she's the best one to answer because she's there on the ground.
どうもありがとうございます。もしクラーク長官がこの質問にお答えできたら、彼女がいわゆる現地のことは一番精通しておりますので、その方がよろしいかと存じます。
I can't. Christina was have any concerns. One of the things that you know about this mission is that 10 years in the planning, and Australia has been supporting the mission for the last 2 years. First of all, our regulatory teams needed to make sure that Japan had all of the appropriate approvals to land here in Australia. And I thank our regulatory team for all of the work that they did with our Japanese. And of course, we were with our Japanese colleagues. This year we were kind of anxious. The wind came up and the rain came, and we contacted our friends in the Bureau of Meteorology. They said an hour before the landing, the clouds would clear and settle down, and we would have a safe landing, which was exactly what happened. We also have, and we share that responsibility to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So we were just very happy and honoured. A very small part of our colleagues in Japan and to support this mission to be successful.
通訳はないです。通訳はないです。
そうです。私の方がですね、一番よく適当かどうかわからないんですけれども、まずですね、このについてはですね、計画の時点からずっと2年間にわたって、私どもはまずずっとサポートを続けてきました。そしてまず最初にサポートをしたことはですね、私どもの規制当局がですね、承認に関してやってまいりました。日本の方ではですね、承認に必要な作業をやってきましたので、こちらの方もですね、連携を取りながら承認の作業を進めてきました。そしてですね、2番目のことですけれども、私どもの、チームメンバーも含めてですね、まずはカプセルが、地上に、安全に着陸すること、そちらに対するですね、サポートをやってきました。これはつい最近のことですけれども、それが2番目のことです。そしてですね、3番目のサポートとしてはですね、やっぱり協力ですので、お互いに、情報の共有ということを絶え間なくやってきたということ、この3点についてですね、私どもはできるサポートをずっと続けてきたということになります。
So did you have any concerns about the cooperation to Japan? Did you hear? Did you have any concern, in the cooperation with Japan? Hello? Hello? Ms. Clark, did you have any concern when you are having cooperation with Japan in this Hayabusa's project? Hello?
Do we have any concern with what? No, not at all. We have deep admiration for the technical capacity, the knowledge, and just the wonderful preparation from Japan. So we were fully confident of Japan's capability to execute this successfully, and we congratulate them on that. We were certainly focused on making sure and we were making sure that we were living up to our responsibilities. But it's been an honour to work with such a professional team, such a committed team, and every single person on the Japanese team doing their role and their responsibility on behalf of their nation.
いえ、今不安ということをおっしゃいましたけども、実際ですね、日本の JAXA のチーム、これ本当に皆さん能力が高い、そして責任感のあるチームでした。ですから私どもの責任といたしましても、とにかく日本サイドと共に協力してですね、間違いなく回収ができるということができるようにと、私たちの立場での責任を果たそうといたしました。ただ本当に能力の高い、素晴らしいミッションチームが来てくださったと思っております。
どうもありがとうございました。引き続きよろしくお願いします。
Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
それでは、ウーメラのサテライト会場にマイクを移したいと思います。
First of all, I would like to.
質問のある方、藤本さん、
We
よろしく
will
お願いします。
send our microphone to Mr. Fujimoto in Uemera side. Okay, then if you have any questions to Uemera side, please raise your hand.
And when I call on, I will bring to you a few mic. So speak your name and organization and question. So それではご質問のある方は挙手お願いいたします。
Now we are asking you if you have any questions. Just a moment.
Thank you. This is Jackson Ryan from CNET.com. First of all, massive congratulations to both space agencies. It's a really monumental achievement. So, congrats to you guys. My question is about the Hayabusa quick look facility. I don't know who might be the best to take this question, so anyone can jump in. I just want to know, have we analysed the gas sample yet? QLF and what the team found.
それでは、藤本先生の方からお願いいたします。
ちょっとすいません、音が途切れて聞きにくかったので解説の方いただけますか。
藤本信さん、ちょっと聞き取れなかったようです。通訳の方がもう一度、短めに質問をお願いできますでしょうか。
今のご質問ですけれども、
The current question was
サプリとか自分から進んでおりますかというご質問でした。ですので、藤本隆先生にご回答をお願いしたいと思います。
ちょっとよく聞こえないみたいですね。
We can ask this question again. That's not a problem. As soon as we got the capsule recovered, the helicopter brought the capsule back to the headquarters building, and then by hand carrying, because we didn't want to make shaking to the capsule. The sample team had hand carried the capsule into the big facility. So what happened today so far is that they cleaned the surface. They started to dismantle the capsule so that you can expose the sample container inside. And once that is done, you bring the sample container into the gas extraction. So it's not, I think that happens tomorrow. Thursday. Yeah, so we're going to prepare. We cleaned it and with a screwdriver, very carefully, of course. That's why it's taking so much time. But I think tomorrow we'll do the gas extraction. And then if we detect any gas, that's going to be so unofficial. Making informal.
Sorry, thank you, Madam. Just for a general feeling and a brief discussion. I just wanted to hear your feelings now. Come to an end.
Yeah, we'll have a discussion later, but I'm wearing a mask because that's the Japanese people. I want to hear it. So.
Can I ask?
Maybe you could ask him.
繋がらないでこっちはこっちで答えてもらうしかないんじゃないですか。
はい。藤本副所長ありがとうございます。こちらの声は聞こえてますでしょうか。日本側、オーストラリアの声がもうキレキレでほとんど
Actually, at Japanese
内容
side,
が分か
your
りませんが、そちらの
sound
中
is
で
not
やり
really
取りができていれば、
heardable.
まず
So
は
if you can
日本の方には
answer
申し
the
訳ないんです
question
けれ
to
ど
the
も、次に
Australian
進めさせていただき
medias,
たいと思います。
actually,
大変
I
申し
think
訳あ
it
り
should
ま
be
せん。
good. So
はい、
please
では、
let me
オン
proceed
ライ
to
ン
the
の
next
ご質
one.
問は今のとこ
And
ろないようですの
so
で、
far, actually, there is
こ
no
こでですね、
online question. Therefore,
短いですが
here
フォトセッションとさせていただきたい
we'd
と思い
like
ま
to
す。
show you the photo
会場
session.
の4人とそれから、オーストラリア
And first of all, actually, we'd like to have a photo session. Therefore, the people on the stage, please stand up. And we'd like to have a photo session, taken by medias. First of all, start from still camera. Yes, please.
So please take photos at each of the satellite.
はい、ここで、はい、
Yeah, that's good.
はい、ここでもうワンショット。
And one more shot. Actually, we have a Dharma door. Can you join us with the Dharma door?
はい、すでに目の入っただるまになります。
Actually, the eyes are already drawn.
国中所長が持っているのは、
And what Mr. Kuninaka has is an emblem for the landing mission.
Thank
you very much.
スチールの方は、お席にお戻りいただき
And
まして、
now the
ムービーの方に移りたいと思います。
photo for still photo. Can you go back? And now we are going for to the movie. So can you clear the way?
まずだるまと
The first one is first without Dharma door or emblem. Only.
So
everybody is in the movie. Are you ready? Are you okay? Using the camera in the center. Mr. Yamakawa, so the camera at the center. Yes, please look at the camera at the center. Thank you very much.
Hi, はい、よろしいでしょうか。はい、ありがとうございました。はい、回線の状況が良くなく。
We apologize for the bad communication. Now we are going to close the first session of the briefing, and that's the Adams will leave now, and President Yamakawa will also leave. Thank you very much.
Hi, それでは、またお席にお着きください。
Now can we go back
ここ
to
から
the
は第2
seat?
部に移ります。だいぶ時間が押しておりますが、
From now, we are moving to the session 2, and we're taking 30 minutes. We would like to start briefing of our mission. The presenters are Mr. Kuninaka and Mr. Tsuda at Sagamihara, and Mr. Fujimoto and Mr. Nakazawa, sub-project manager from Australia.
はい、それでは初めまして、カプセル回収分離のご報告を国中宇宙科学研究所所長より
Mr. Kuninaka will report on the correction of recovery of samples. This is Kuninaka at ISIS. We started the development of Hayabusa2 in 2011. I think the dream has come true. And today, the capsule landed to Australia this early morning. And first, I would like to thank everyone who cheered us up. Actually, I have a lot of things to say, but regarding Hayabusa2 is not different from the case of Hayabusa1. This is a perfectly controlled mission. We can complete the perfect controlled mission. I think this is what the kind of pleasure or happiness of the engineer. We understand this is a very difficult exploration. Nozomi for Mars, Hayabusa1 for asteroids, and Akatsuki for Venus. We had a lot of damages, breakdown, and we were not able to perform the mission as scheduled. However, regarding Hayabusa2, we did all missions, planned missions, according to the schedule 100%, and we succeed in recovery of sample return as planned. That means, as a result, we can move on to the next stage for space development. So we would like to use this momentum. We are now developing MMX, Destiny Plus, and Epicolomb Mio. This is now we are doing, and Dragonflight. We have a lot of difficult missions, so we would like to continue challenging these hard missions. So we would appreciate your continued support on that. Particularly the explorer Hayabusa, Professor Kawaguchi made explorer, and this is a kind of development or successor of this explorer. And also the operation of Hayabusa2. And I think we give a very tough instructions. But the operation team understands us and did a very good job.
Okay, thank you. And next, would you like to have some report from Mr. Tsuda, the product manager of Hayabusa2 project? Well, oh, I'm home. Hayabusa2 is home. Actually, it has finished 6 years of voyage, and we landed in the Umela, and we could collect the treasure box of us. And actually, Hayabusa2 is still the perfect shape, and the capsule is also very perfect. And the Hayabusa2 already have embarked on the next journey, and absolutely we think that the capsule correction was perfectly done. And actually, we opened the door of the return journey, and actually, anyway, we could, overcome such a kind of gate in the last several weeks. About 1 month, we were working on the re-entry operation, and actually, the collection team went to Australia, and the ground team worked with them together. And anyway, so far, as for the space part, everything was perfect. And also, the collection team in Australia, so far, their job was perfect. Therefore, from now, the capsule collected will be transported to Japan. That's the remaining mission. And anyway, however, we are really looking forward to seeing that capsule. However, However, in order to get the final result, I'd like to extend all the people who supported this mission. I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of the people and also Japanese government and the relevant agencies, and also to NASA. Not only those people, but to so many people, I'd like to send my big gratitude. And also, actually, so many people could see the event of the entry of Hayabusa capsule and Hayabusa2, and we got a lot of the sharing support, and it gave us a big power for us. Thank you very much. And one more point that I want to say here is that it may be funny, but all the members in this team was involved in this project, and I really feel that everybody worked so hard. And inside and also outside of Japan, actually, I'd like to say big thank you to all of them. And from here, I have a kind of a document to explain. Therefore, according to that, I'd like to explain. And during my presentation, maybe we will have a report of the current status of the collection team. Therefore, sometimes we will share our mission to talk. And can we see the screen? Yes? Thank you. First of all, this page is a kind of a summarized page. Anyway, every operation was summarized in this here. And anyway, the capsule separation operation was successfully done. And parachute and heat chute, everything was recorrected. And also the explorer successfully escaped from the Earth's atmosphere, and it got on a new trajectory and started a new observatory or research work. And actually, this is the operation, done in the last 2 days. And in this table, in order to do this operation, first of all, CRSS, actually this is the CRSO, we needed to have the permission to perform TCM-5, and we got it 11:40 on December 5th, and after that, capsule was separated, and very soon the separation was confirmed to be successful, and after that, TMC-5 was done 3 times, 13:30, 16, and 16:30, and all of them could be done perfectly. And after that, the explorer got on the escape trajectory from the Earth. And after that, explorer entered the shade, and 34 minutes later, it came out from the shade. And around that time, actually, and it's past about 300 kilometers altitude from the Earth, and for the time being, actually, there is no link from the Hayabusa2. However, we started the communication from 3:15, and the distance from the Earth was 19,000 kilometers. And during that time, here is the capsule separation operation. And can you do it, Mr. Nakazawa?
This is Nakazawa, sub-project manager. As I'm going to explain the recovery work. And 2:20 on December 6th in Japan time, that we confirmed the light emission from capsule. And we made the optical observation. And 2:32, beacon wave was received. And also we did a DFS and other direction observation. And also we did used marine radar. And also we used radar, and that means we started direction search. And we did 20 minutes. And this time is because the capsule landed, and that's why there's no transmission during this 20 minutes. And we received the data and compared the data, and we had some discussion, and we estimated the landing place. And towards the landing place, the helicopter started to take off. And for 47, we found parachute and capsules. And after that, we have another helicopter already arrived at the land, and we started collection at 6:20, and we did some safety work. And 7:32, the collection work was finished at the landing site. And at 8:03, the capsule arrived at the headquarters. It means QLF. And the work was completed. And until this time, it was in the capsule. That means it's in the heat shield. And also 11:13, we found the heat shield front side, and 12:31 found the backside heat shield. They have already been collected. Next, Mr. Tsuda, can you please explain? Yes, this is the operation of the Explorer. So this is a summary of the 6-year operation of the exploration, and the total flying time is 6 years, 2,195 days. The launch was December 3rd, 2014. That means 6 years and 3 days. The capsule landed at 2:54 on December 6th. So this is the end of the round trip. And the total flying distance is 5.24 billion kilometers. And actually, this photo is familiar with many people. This is the fireball. And we were able to observe fireball. It was very good that the weather was crystal clear. Also, I informed of the estimated time when the fireball appears and disappears. Maybe there may be a little bit error, but within the expected range. And it emitted light. And also trajectory and the position was as scheduled. And this is at Cooper Valley. At Cooper Valley, we took a photo. And also this is a photo at Cooper Valley. And this is a clear one. You can see a clear trajectory. This is a fireball. I don't know the constellation. Do anyone know the constellation? This is the cross, Southern Cross. This is Alpha of Centaurus, and this is a cross star to the Earth. And there are some, and also the recovery team will continue reporting. Thank you. Let me continue. Let us continue. Mr. Nakazawa will continue this page. And the next page is also a photo at the Cooper Valley. And actually, the one day before, it was heavy raining, so we were very lucky. But thanks to good weather, we were able to take this good photo. Unfortunately, I was at the headquarters. I wasn't able to see that. The next page, please. And this is the fireball seen at the Cooper Valley. This is passing at the zenith. It means going up from the horizon and just going the very top of the sky. I'm sorry, this is my imagination, but next page, please. Yeah, this is a movie of the fireball. I don't explain a lot because you are more familiar about the fireball. I'm sorry, it's moving. And can you go on to the next page? Yeah, it's replayed. After replay is finished, we'll go on.
And let's go to the next page if the video finishes. And from here, this is a photo where capsule was collected. And actually, it took a little more time, but anyway, safely we could collect the capsule. And this is area with lots of bush. And the capsule landed just next to the bush. Therefore, the parachute was kind of tangled with it. And luckily, actually, it could stay here. Therefore, it was quite lucky landing for us. Next page, please. This is kind of, the photo how we collected the capsule. Actually, the pyrotechnic is used to deploy the parachute. Therefore, we were very careful to check if the remaining explosives are here and there. Anyway, we were quite careful. And the next page, please. And after that, the other member came, and other members were actually 20 meters away. However, once safety was confirmed, many members came to the capsule, and we started the preparation for the transportation. And actually, this is such a kind of situation. And next page, please. Next page, please. Actually, after the preparation is done, that it is being carried in order to make it, contain it into the kind of dedicated box. And next page, please. Here, actually, the capsule was contained in a box, and even if it is not operated, actually there is no damage to the capsule. However, just in case, actually, the box or this container is so tough so that there should be no damage inside. And next page, please. Okay, thank you very much. And let's go back to the the space part. Collection team was working like this, and we predicted where it goes or it moves, and when even it is moving away, we tried to image the Earth. And as for this issue, this is I'm home Earth. This is a side camera. only CW2 camera was used, and actually the distance to the capsule was very close. And actually, this is a fireball observation. While the capsule is doing re-entry, it was shoot, and the whole images are under processing. Therefore, we couldn't show it. Therefore, we are just showing that we could process, but actually, it doesn't have capsule itself. First of all, we are showing the lights of the Adelaide town and also Umela. The areas of Umela. The town is shown, and the right side is just a simulation images. It should be seen like this. And actually, the actual imaging is on the left side, and this is the radiation areas. Therefore, there is lots of noise. Well, actually, lots of noise have been scattering, and we have to erase all the noises so that we can see. That is our processing, and there are so many noises. That's why, in order to find this fireball, it's very difficult. Therefore, we have not confirmed if we really caught the images of the fireball. However, at least we could get to the correct location of that. And that's why I can believe that the Explorer worked quite well. And now we are showing the same ones. And after that, next, after passing the closed area to the Earth, because of the thanks to using the ONCT camera, this is goodbye Earth, and the Earth when the seeing from the leaving Hayabusa was taken, and actually this is a kind of a mock color camera images, and the distance from the center of the Earth was 800 kilometer, and the time was 6:30 a.m. Around here, here is South Pole, and here, actually here is the South America, and this is Pacific Ocean, and after that, from a little more far away, the distance was 130,000 kilometers, and the image was taken at that time, and actually the whole Earth can be seen. And actually this is like the angle, same angle of the Himalaya, which is the meteorological satellite.
You can see the Pacific in the middle, and this is Australia. And this is where the capsule landed, or should have landed. And you can see clouds and escaping the equation. It's separated into northern and southern hemisphere. I heard that this is the typical cloud lines, very beautiful Earth. And this is then processed with a special processing. This only shows that only the plants reacted with this. And the other clouds, light is passing, so that we can only see the land. This is New Zealand. This is Japan. So the Hayabusa2 sent a message by goodbye. It means it also watched the Japan, and this is a good picture, I personally think. And these are all the materials we can provide today. And I would like to conclude my report from me and Mr. Nakazawa. And next, Mr. Fujimoto, Deputy Director in Australia, will make some reporting. Mr. Fujimoto, can you give us some comments? In April, we had a struggle with the corona issue, and we had to address this issue. And that's why I joined the recovery team. And this is a Sagamin. This is a mascot doll of Sagamihara City. And in early April, actually, I had no idea about what I should do with Corona issue. And the city of the Sagamihara said that if you think you will calm down, you are okay, you can go ahead, they said to me. And we had a lot of things with Corona. Actually, Adelaide was locked down for 3 days. And after we reached Australian government, South Australia, and the space agents, they gave us a great support that was really helpful. It's like we are not a guest. And it seems that they really understand what Hayabusa is going to do or want to do. That was also encouraging. Without their support, even we are not able to come here. We mean the recovery team members, I think we did whatever we have to do or whatever we can do. And we did a rehearsal, and some of the problems were identified. But after the rehearsal, we made a correction properly. And on the day of the correction, we are not nervous. I think we are in good mood. And every member of the recovery member is aware that we should aware that we are an indispensable member. Without each of the member, the work is not done well. Actually, this was a really good team, so I miss if this team will be discharged. So I'm happy with the achievement, but I miss leaving from this team. Thank you very much. Now it's a Q&A session. First, we would like to start with the Sagamihara people. If you have any question, please raise your hand. The person at the front. This is Alafune, a freerider. For recovery, you succeeded and you finished the correction very early time after sun rises. Does it mean the capsule landed within the expected area? And can you tell us some reason why you collected so quickly? And Nakazawa will answer the question. Yes, the landed area was within the expected area. That means within the area, the antenna was monitoring. Therefore, we do not have to be rash or get upset. And the factors or reason for quick recovery was, I myself don't think so quick. The first reason is very good precision of each measurement. So DFS, marine radar, and radar from the Australia, each of the instruments has very good precision. That means they point out a good place, so we don't have to get at a loss, or we can easily get and identify the place. And this is Fujimoto. Let me add a little. And the weather is a factor. On the previous day, the morning in the rain and strong wind, and wind stopped. And for our operation, there was almost no wind. That was a very big factor. And when airlifting or shipping capsule to Sagamihara, what are you most careful about? And since this is a special thing coming from the space and carrying it from Australia to Japan, and we have a limit, we have to do it within 100 hours due to a chemical reaction. So this is not just a transportation of a cargo. So we realize that we are doing a difficult job. And the partner, the Australian Space Agency, their support was indispensable. And without their support, we have to negotiate about ourselves. But thanks to Australian Space Agency, and we can get future cooperation. Actually, thanks to a great support by the Australian authority, I don't have much anxiety now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The satellite communications and the time is coming very much. And if there is any question from Umela to Sagamihara, please let us know. Then from Umela, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. At Sagamihara side, we couldn't hear the question. So can you answer at Umera side? Please use a microphone if you have a question. But anyway, as for this question, later, anyway, I will answer to this person later. Therefore, actually, there is no more question from Umera side. Thank you very much. Then, from Sagamihara side, if are there any question, the time is running out. Therefore, please make a very short question. Go ahead, please. This is Imatsuda of Yomiuri Shimbun. And when you found the capsule, actually it should be, searched by the airplane. And how did you find it? And also when you heard the first report of the discovery, how did you feel? Well, first of all, we detected the position, and we went there with a helicopter, and it has a beacon signal, and it was actually emitting the beacon, but at that time it was dark, and there was no sunlight. Therefore, actually, there was a bit unclear report, and there is a signal, but actually it's not very clear. Therefore, I was very, very, very nervous and uneasy. Therefore, I felt it's very long, and the helicopter was, flying over that area many times. But anyway, I thought that maybe that should be the landed area. And after that, the sun rose, and visually we could confirm confirm the existence of the capsule. So anyway, we thought, wow, we found that. That is a kind of situation. Therefore, anyway, we had to spend a very jittering, frustrating time until the sun rose. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, ironically, satellite communication condition is getting better. Therefore, we would like to continue the question and answer session. And from Sagamihara to Umera, do you have any more questions? Please use the sound mic just in front of the stage. Ditsushin Kanda. And tomorrow you are going to collect the gas. And depending on the situation, the unknown gas could be existing. Therefore, what do you think about, could you tell us your expectation for that? Well, currently, we are preparing for the gas collection. And tomorrow, we will do the gas collection. And if we can get any interesting result, of course, it will be good. But anyway, the content should be probably very much scientific things. Therefore, anyway, the result really depends on the actual result of the analysis of the gas. Depending on the result means that, of course, the content will be very much scientific. However, the collection's success or not, what do you think about that point? Or existence of gas or not? Well, of course, if there is such kind of, if we get such kind of news, of course, we will report to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Next question from Sagamihara. Do you have any more question? Go ahead, please.
This is Kinuta from NHK. Related to this question, gas collection, did you plan to do it today? So if there was planned today, why you didn't do that today? And tomorrow, after you may airship the capsule to Japan, can you tell us the schedule or rough schedule if you decided? Actually, it's not clear, and it depends on the progress of our work. And it's not decided when we leave Australia. That means that today's gas collection is the earliest case. That means if we can get the sample very, very early. But today, the work is very smooth. There's no problem. So when we get gas tomorrow, we are preparing for the transportation. That means we leave at midnight or the next morning if it takes for. It depends on the progress of work tomorrow. Thank you. And actually, several minutes ago, the telecommunication from Umera wasn't good. But now the communication is better, and we can accept a question if you have any. Do you have any question from Umera?
let's try again. Jackson Ryan from CNET.com. I have 482 questions to get through, so let's make it quick. No, let's go back to the question from before. I just wanted to get the emotion, maybe for Suda-san. In 2014, you launched this vehicle. Did you dream that this day would come, that you'd be so successful after the troubles that you had with Hayabusa2?
Emotion? Could you say once again? Did you say emotion?
Yeah, I think it's emotion.
Emotion. 津田さん、例えば2014年にですね、このはやぶさを打ち上げるということになりまして、どのような気持ちで打ち上げられたのか、いろいろな、感情的なものがいろいろあったと思うんですけども、どのような感情で打ち上げられたんでしょうか。
はい。
Well, actually, Hayabusa2 achieved a great feat, and there are so many problems. Anyway, still, the Hayabusa1 had a round trip, and that I experienced too, and I learned a lot from that, and I think, I was involved with the mindset that I will use up all the experience and the knowledge that I learned in Hayabusa1. However, actually, in 6 years, I was wondering if I can have such a day. And I was, of course, confident, but I was not really, too much overconfident. Always I was trying to be very careful, step by step. Therefore, of course, I was dreaming to have such a day. And I'm so much delighted now. But I couldn't imagine, so happy, I can be now. Then, from Umela, if you have any more questions, please let us know. Mr. Fujimoto, please. Then, from Umela, there is one more question from this side. It seems there is no more question from Umera, therefore we return the microphone to Sagamihara. So from at Sagamihara venue, if there are any questions, would like to close the press conference after finishing all the questions. No more? Then, actually, we cannot follow the time schedule, but anyway, please let me declare the completion of the second section, and also the internet or satellite communication will be closed. Thank you very much for your cooperation, and thank you very much for attending today's press conference, everybody.
The フォトセッションはこの後に回させていただきますので、はい、今切れました。はい、この後続けます。はい。すみません、なかなか音声が良くなくて。
Sorry, the sound quality is bad, and our preparation is not very well. Then, would you like to have a photo session? Please start from still. And Ula and Sagamihara, Mr. Kuninaka and Mr. Tsuda, please stand up. I'd like to ask you.
軌跡がですね、かなり狙い通りにいかれた。
Actually, the trajectory was as we planned, and we saw in the Cuba Petty. Actually, the Southern Cross was seen, and it's a kind of target for you? Not really. Well, actually, it was not our target. That really changes depending on the site. But you are so much proud of the photo that you taken. Well, but actually, that for the landing areas, it was quite large. Sorry.
もう独立でいいんじゃないですかね。
はい、別々に
難しいですよね。
回線を、切っていただいて結構です。音声切ってください。はい。音声画像も切っていただいて結構です。二重お願いします。はい、それでは改めましてフォトセッションとさせていただきます。スチールの方から、お願いします。モニターの前である必要ないですね。じゃあこちら、ロゴマークの前でお願いします。モニター切れますか？モニターがちょっと大丈夫かな？今もついてるね。はい。ありがとうございました。それではムービーに行きます。お願いします。 はい、よろしいでしょうか。はい、ご協力ありがとうございました。それではこれにて、配信は終了とさせていただきたいと思います。ご協力どうもありがとうございました。はい、それでは